The Timber Rattlesnake versus the Canebrake Rattlesnake. Are they one and the same, or are they two different animals? Coming up.
Welcome to VenomCentral, fierce, fascinating education. Hey Venom Squad, I want to give a big thank you to all of our generous supporters. I want to start with Leonard Page. He's an OG, he's never missed a video yet. So Leonard, this one's for you, buddy. Sean Black, Radek Polanski, Patrick the General Mollahan, Thomas Wyeth, Austin Smith, Sean Highland, Andrew McCulley, Len Brewer, our heart, Dan McCarty and Evelyn, Peter Carmici, and a new one, Embrace the Pain Productions. Welcome to the Venom Squad, and thank you so much for all of your generous support. We truly appreciate everything that you do to support this channel just by watching us and giving us a thumbs up. So thank you.
What's up, my Venom Squad? Hey guys, this is an actual redo on one of our videos that got removed because we had a live envenomation in it, so they pulled it. But anyways, I wanted to reshare this information with you guys and the Timber Rattlesnake, the Canebrake Rattlesnake. Now this is a topic that is still a stickler with a lot of herpetologists. And a lot of the old school guys like me truly believe in the subspecies. The canebrake is separate than the timber. One and the same, but still separate. But how do they say? Same, right? Not really. But anyways, guys, you know, the timber canebrake thing. Now, let me tell you, me personally, I believe in the subspecies. I believe that they got separated sometime in history and they've adapted their own features and their own everything. But you know, actually, you know, there's been the DNA test on our southern canebrakes versus the northern timbers, and they say they're one and the same. Their DNA is structured the same, so they're all lumped into Crotalus horridus, the timber rattlesnake. Which for me, I think the Crotalus trichotatus and then the Crotalus horridus, I think they're still subspecies. And there's a lot of guys that still believe this. A lot of old school herpetologists still believe it. Because guys like me, I mean, I happen to know a great deal about timber rattlesnakes and canebrake rattlesnakes. The horridus. I mean, I bred them both for many years in captivity. I was probably one of the only few people in the state of Ohio that held a propagation permit that allowed me to captive propagate an animal under special concern, and that was the timber rattlesnake. And I used to breed them. I used to breed the yellow ones, the black ones. I mean, we had a bunch of them. And I also bred the canebrake rattlesnakes. And I've seen hundreds. I mean, when I say hundreds, I'm not exaggerating. Hundreds of both in the wild. I spent a lot of time in the field, down here in the south, and up in the north in the mountains in Pennsylvania. But let me tell you, for me, I think the subspecies should apply. But even though the DNA may be the same, there's still a lot of big differences. And we're going to go through some of them differences today. And remember I told you guys, this is going to give us a better opportunity to redo some of these videos, make them bigger, badder than they ever were. Well, that's what we're going to do. And actually, we've got a gorgeous timber rattlesnake, the true mountain form timber, on set today. We got a badass timber on set today. You guys are gonna love this snake. And we got a big old canebrake too. But we're gonna get with it. We're gonna start out with the canebrake rattlesnake and describe his habitat, everything about him that makes him different from the mountain timber. Hey guys, and after we break out the timbers, don't forget, true VenomCentral video has always got some fangs in your face coming. The Gadsden Flag. What a symbol of American patriotism. Now this was designed by Christopher Gadsden in 1775, but in 1778 it was adopted by the Department of War as their official flag. I mean, what better symbolism for America than the timber rattlesnake? I mean, talk about cool, right? I mean, I think the timber rattlesnake should be our national animal. I mean, we've only got it here in the good old US of A. You know, bald eagles range all the way down into South America and all the way up into Canada. So for me, our official animal should be the timber rattlesnake. And this is the animal on the Gadsden Flag. Can you imagine our ancestors, the founders of our great country, seeing this animal and using that model for it? You know, thinking, what a fierce animal. What an animal that demands respect. So that's cool. To me, that is just the baddest of the bad, the timber rattlesnake. Okay guys, the canebrake rattlesnake. That's what we're going to start with today. Now, this is one of our large canebrakes. Now, this is a captive bred and born animal. And now this one just happens to be in deep shed. Normally this animal is just vibrant pink with a big copper colored stripe down its back and nice black chevrons, but it's kind of dingy and dull right now. So, but now the canebrake, its coloration can be variable. I mean, they can come, yellow with black chevrons, hot pink. I've seen them gray. I've seen them, in every color you can imagine, just really different hues and different little trick colors to them that make them so variable that they're gorgeous. But the most beautiful ones, in my opinion, come from like South Georgia and North Florida. They're just exceptional. But the canebrake versus the timber. Okay, now I bred this species many times in captivity, and I'm just going to get comfortable here. He's called up, being a good boy, and let me tell you, I've had some that were just monsters. I've had 6-footers this big around. We'll pop some pictures in there of some of my breeder canebrakes. I had them bubblegum pink. I used to call them my bubblegum line because they were gorgeous. But there's a lot of differences between the timber and the canebrake. Now, not only in color, but also in size. Now, timber rattlesnakes can range from yellow to black to green, and they got all their own color phases too. But the canebrakes are so distinct when it comes to looking at them. The dead giveaway is that big, thick stripe all the way down their back, but also the size. You'd be hard-pressed to find a timber that can match a big 6-foot canebrake. Now, I've found some big timbers in the wild, but I've never seen a timber that would rival a big canebrake. But let me tell you, the habitat that these guys come from, it's so different than your mountain timber, your elevation timber. These guys can pinewood flats, swamps. They can inhabit anything down here in the southeast, and they got a wide range. And these guys do things totally different than the mountain timber does. These guys don't hibernate in a big den all together. They don't have a communal den site. They hibernate singly. Gopher tortoise burrows. They'll use fallen trees, root systems. Anything where they can get just below that little bit of freeze line. And they don't truly hibernate. They'll go into like a state of torpor during these cold nights. But I've found canebrake rattlesnakes out on the move when it was 40 degrees out. Literally out cruising around. And the thing is, they don't hibernate like our northern timbers do. So these guys have a total different lifestyle. But one of the big game changers, what I believe separates these species, is the venom. The venom of this guy right here, this is a kill bite. This is a hot son of a bitch. Now, your northern timbers are mainly comprised of a hemotoxic venom. These guys are hemotoxic, but they also are neurotoxic. It's what we call a type A venom. Now, there's a vein of these things that runs from Tennessee down into South Carolina and Georgia that we call a type A canebrake. And these things are exceptionally hot. They're like can rival a Mojave rattlesnake. And the Mojave is probably the hottest snake in the US, along with the horridus helleri and a couple others. But let me tell you, canebrake's a hot bite. A canebrake can kill you. And the northern timbers, they're not quite as hot. Now, why these snakes are so much more venomous than its northern counterpart, we don't know. Could it be a different prey source? These things they're killing gray squirrels, and gray squirrels are formidable. They're pretty good size, and they can knock a gray squirrel down like that. I mean, I seen one do it in the wild. I seen one tag a gray squirrel. It was unbelievable. I mean, that thing was dead almost immediately. And they're eating rabbits. They're eating a different prey source here. But what's interesting is that some recent studies shows that this snake's venom, the Canebrake rattlesnake, which is still a timber rattlesnake, they found variations from county to county. I'm talking 30, 40 miles away, and they're finding different components in the venom. I mean, that's unbelievable. So, a lot of differences in appearance, also with the venom, okay? Geographical ranges, of course, these guys are the southern form, and they have different habits and live in different habitat. But let me tell you, the venom's the big one. That's a kill bite. And I bred this species many times. And like I said, we'll pop some pictures in of some of our breeders. We've some exceptional canebrakes. And this is an exceptional species. It just happens to be in shed right now. And I keep my little barrier up here, guys, so I can choke up and get close to the snake and get in camera. I don't believe in laying on the floor in front of a venomous snake and having it in front of the camera. It's just something I won't do, because when you're working with a venomous animal, anything can happen. You know what I mean? So I take these extra safety precautions just to keep us all safe. There's actually one in front of me, and there's a barrier in front of Dina. But the Canebrake rattlesnake, one of my favorite rattlesnakes here in the southeast. And I'm going to tell you, it's fun to go out and see them in the wild. I find them all the time. And the thing is, these guys they're enjoying protection now in a lot of the states where these snakes are at. And there's still a few states, like, you know, it's legal to go out and kill them. You can skin them and eat them or do whatever you want with them. You know, but they're starting to enjoy a lot of protection, which is great. I think they should be protected. You know, I think we should be able to collect a couple if you want to captive breed them and study them. But at the same time, you know, it's a double-edged sword. You know, if you make it legal to collect them, they make it legal to kill them. You know, like say in Pennsylvania, you know, with the mountain timbers, you know, you buy a hunting license and you can go out and collect a male timber rattlesnake as long as it's 42 inches long, and you can kill it. You can skin it, eat it, you can keep it, and do whatever you want with it. And the thing is, with timber rattlesnakes, especially the northern ones, the most important thing is they don't mature until they're like 10 years old. So removing one can be detrimental. It can really dent a population. But the biologists up there, I guess they know what they're doing. I mean, but anyways, the Canebrake rattlesnake, one of my favorites down here in the southeast, but that's what they look like. If you see one, run. We're going to move over, guys, and I'm going to pull out a timber rattlesnake that is just gorgeous. You guys are going to love this one. Okay, guys, the mountain timber. Look at this spectacular example of a timber rattlesnake. Now, this is the black-faced timber rattlesnake, and this one is just as gorgeous as they come. I mean, velvety black. I mean, he's got a big string on him, too. Now, this is a captive bred and born animal. And this belongs to a very good friend of mine. He's a curator of reptiles at a local zoo here. And let me tell you, this animal is outstanding. It's not easy to get him to sit up and coil like this, though. It took me a while to get him to sit still. But let me tell you, the true timber rattlesnake, the mountain timber rattlesnake, you'll see a lot of them black like this, and a lot of them will come yellow, and I've seen hundreds of these in the wild. I actually used to breed these black phase ones. I actually line bred them just to produce the black ones. And we'll pop a picture in there of some of my little black phase timber babies, and some of them copulating, the adults copulating. But this is an important animal, okay? This is the one that is high elevation, cooler temperatures. This snake is a mountain snake, a true mountain snake. I mean, this snake they're hard to find. I mean, to find true mountain timbers, you got to climb for them. I mean, you better get ready for a 4 or 5 hour hike up a mountain to a rocky outcrop and to find a den site. And now this snake does not mature until it is at least 10 years old. Now I know this because I've bred this animal in captivity for many years. And I've had them from babies and raised them up and bred them. And my oldest male that produced was 9. My oldest female that produced was 10. I mean, and that's a long time to wait to breed snakes. But I'm going to tell you, removing one from a den or from a rook, it could be detrimental to the population of timber rattlesnakes because they take so long to mature. And unlike our southern timber, the canebrake rattlesnakes, they mature in 4 to 5 years. And I bred them in captivity a bunch of times. But these guys take a long time. But as far as size, they don't get as sizable as the canebrake. The canebrakes tend to get a little bit bigger. They have a longer growing season, of course. Oh, there he is. He's getting ready to go on a move. You stay put there, Bubba. There you go. But I've seen hundreds of these in the wild, and they're variable also. I mean, the yellow ones. We'll pop some timber pictures in there. I've taken thousands of pictures in the wild of timbers. But let me tell you, what a cool snake. I mean, this is the one that hibernates in big numbers. They'll use the same den site for generations and generations, okay? That's a rattlesnake behind you there, Dina, doing that. He's gonna start, uh-oh, you stay still, Bubba. Hey, nope. He's decided to get on the move. They'll use the same den site for generations, and it's ingrained in them to go to that den site every year. And what's cool is, like, a lot of them will disperse in the spring, okay? Males will move in a straight line for several miles, so they're not in competition with females for food. And your older females and your gravid females will gravitate to something that we call rooks. Now, a rook is what I like to call a little satellite den, okay? And it's usually only a few hundred yards away from the major den site. And your gravid females will congregate at a rook. And there'll be sometimes 2 to 3 different rooks off of a main den site. And it's fun to go there and find the rooks and see all the gravid females. And if you go in late August, you'll find all the females with the babies. He's on the move. He's like, I'm tired of sitting here still. But big difference between this and the canebrake rattlesnake. I mean, just look at the body structure, look at the size. And this is an adult male. This is a good sized male. I mean, the color phases, of course these guys come yellow with the black chevrons on them too, but big difference between this and the canebrake. But these guys, I mean, the habitat is so different. Their habits are so different. Their venom is so different, but their DNA is the same. And that's the deal breaker. What they say is makes them the same animal, but they're definitely not the same animal. But let me tell you, I love timber rattlesnakes. Just a cool snake. And to be able to see a snake at a den site and go see 30, 40 of them all in one spot, it's amazing. It really is. And then to find the rooks and find all the gravid females and find babies, it's even cooler. And I've got several den sites that are my secret dens that I go to up in PA that haven't been discovered yet by snake hunters. And it's a great enjoyment to me to go see these things in the wild. And let me tell you, it was a bigger enjoyment to even breed them in captivity. But this one is an exceptional species. This one is just gorgeous. He looks like velvet, guys. And like I said, this snake belongs to a very good friend of mine, Chris. And this snake is actually on exhibit at the zoo he works at. It's called Bee City. It's here in South Carolina, just outside of Charleston. And Chris raised this snake from a baby, from a newborn baby, the captive born baby timber rattlesnake. But he's a great ambassador for his species. You can see he's not grumpy, he's not nasty, and this is the snake that you see with a lot of your snake handling creatures up through Appalachia. This is the one that you'll see that they're handling a lot, you know. And these snakes actually tolerate a lot of handling before they get so upset that they bite, you know. But this snake can still kill you. This snake still holds a venom toxic enough to take life. But with the production of crofab and antivenoms, it you know, bites and deaths are rare. But the timber rattlesnake, that's an American icon. That's Americana at its best right there when it comes to reptiles. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm gonna put this snake away. I don't want to stress it out. He's been such a gentleman for us. So, and I'll tell you, this snake is so laid back, I could probably reach down there and pick him up. But I'm not going to do that. He's starting to buzz a little bit. He's like, put me away, Will. We're actually going to put him up and we're going to give him a rat tonight for his hard work. He works for his supper today. There you go. There you go, Bubba. This snake's just wild. He strikes at everything. Let's see if we can get this straight on. Oh, 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 that did not take long at all. She's a hungry girl. The rat and not the damn camera. Get it and let it go, huh? Alright, back it up, Bubba. I don't want you getting over there next to Big Mama because she's in beast mode. Alright, dude, we're going to lay that for you right there. The damn puff adders are wild tonight. We got to do this well back. Here she comes. She's already... Okay, girl, come on. Oh, come on. There you go. Right here. Get your rat. There you go. There's the hit. The snakes are just wild tonight. They are off the chain tonight. Alright, and Maximus is in there with his girlfriend. So let's get him a rat. Give him a tap. Let him know it's a rodent coming. Oh, ho, 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 ho! Oh, Maximus ain't playing tonight, boy. Oh, he lit that thing up. He bit that thing like it owed him money. That a boy. That's a good boy, Maximus. Alright, let's... Dude, I'm not even in the cage yet and you're coming after me. The snakes are just in rare form tonight. There you go. That's your food source. I don't know what's wrong with my animals tonight. They're all nuts. There you go, Bubba. I mean, you would think that they're frickin' starving. These snakes eat better than we do. But for some reason, all the snakes are a little bit nutty tonight. Okay, guys. Look. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh boy, that snake is on high alert right there. Damn! Oh, ho, 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 ho. Was a cool bite. The snakes are crazy tonight. Look at her. She's like, come on, just give me my rat. Come get it, girl. Oh, that was an awesome strike. Oh, that was cool. Perfect bite placement. Look at that. Doesn't get no better than that. How about that black timber? What a gorgeous snake, right? I can talk for hours about timbers, but guys, if you're new to the channel, hit the V logo and subscribe now. And come on back and check out VenomCentral. This is Willie checking out. Later.